Greetings, friends. It's Pat with another episode of Let's Talk Travel. And we welcome you. We thank all of you that are regular viewers. We appreciate your loyalty and tuning in with us on Tuesday evenings. we just really value having your attendance at the live broadcast. But if you're joining us for a reboot, you're watching us on our YouTube channel or from our Facebook page after the broadcast, we are delighted that you are here as well. And that's actually where most of our viewing happens, is after the fact. But we really appreciate those live listeners. And if you're catching this on a replay, mark your calendars so you can join us for our live broadcast. It's every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And you will have a chance to win our prize giveaway every Tuesday evening. I have a drawing for our live viewers to get a wonderful prize, and tonight will be no different. I've got a great one for this evening. So, tonight, my topic is 10 tips for planning a perfect vacation. You will want to stay tuned for this because, you forget some of this stuff and you end up with a train wreck. So, just some timely reminders here for things you should remember when preparing for your next vacation. And I am going to start off with the single most important aspect of planning a perfect vacation. For goodness sakes, folks, use a travel advisor when you plan, whether it's a domestic getaway, you're going to Vegas, or you want a road trip to Maine, or you want to do the coast of California, do the wine country, Napa Valley. We can help with any of those trips, as well as the more complicated cruises and international itineraries. If it's leisure travel, our great agents here at Dancing Moon Travel can help with planning a perfect vacation, saving you time, money, and mistakes in that process. So, most important tip this evening that I'm going to give you. And my next tip is to set a budget. For goodness sakes. Now, this is probably the hardest thing I get people to tell me when they are planning a vacation. I ask, what is your budget for this trip? And people say, well, I don't really have a budget. Well, of course you do. You I don't know if any of you are listening out there and have unlimited funds and can just spend thousands and thousands of dollars on your vacations. I want you to call me now. Uh, but most everybody has some sort of budget, and it may vary from one trip to the next. You're looking for just a moderate, low cost getaway for this trip. Or this is a big splurge. You're celebrating that 25th anniversary. Whatever it is, folks, set yourself a budget and communicate that. If you're working with a travel advisor, it's going to help us tremendously to plan a perfect vacation for you, because if I head off on the direction you tell me you have no budget and I choose all four-star properties and higher end private touring in your destinations, that's not going to hit the mark. If you're looking for a more moderate three-star kind of accommodations, we will make sure that whatever your budget is, we will respect that. And we'll be honest with you as well. If you tell me your budget is $2,000 for a 7-night trip to Ireland, I'm going to say we need to talk about that, because that's not going to be adequate, even if we do a very modest type of accommodations and so forth. $2,000 for 7 or 10 nights in Ireland is just not going to give you it's just not going to work. So we will be honest with you, but be honest with us and tell us you're looking for a moderate or you're looking for a 5-star luxury. We do all of that and everything in between. So set your budget and then abide by it. We'll respect your budget. So if you're planning your own trip, you respect your budget as well. It's an essential part. And if you blow the budget, you're not going to be happy about your trip. So that's what. Then I'm going to tell you tip number 3 is to choose the right destination. Folks, this is a very, very, it's a big world out there, and we handle all of it. But but you want to choose a destination that's in keeping with your needs and preferences. You need to be realistic. If you have some issues, for example, with mobility, and you want to do it, well, someplace where there are lots of stairs and cobblestones and things, that's not going to work very well. You need to be realistic if you have issues that need to be taken into account, and select destinations that are going to work, destinations that you're interested in. Just because I am I am passionate about Croatia, but for some reason, Croatia, you've heard me talk about it. You say, oh, well, I guess I ought to go. Pat likes it. No, we need to get you to destinations that really appeal to you. Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? That's a primary importance. And yes, I will try to sell you on Croatia because I think it's a fabulous destination and of interest to most people. But it may be that you're one of those few that just aren't into it, and we can find other things for you to do. Maybe you're into diving. We need to find destinations where you can enjoy your passion for diving, and we do that. But you need to set a destination and make sure it's something that you really are interested in doing, a destination that you really do want to see. Next point of interest, number 4, research activities. Folks, when you go to Italy, there are reams and reams of various activities you could do. There is something for everyone. If you're into history and museums and art, one of our agents has been working on an art history trip for a couple of ladies, and they have a very definite frame of reference. They want to do art history with a focus on nothing but the art of Italy. We put together a great trip for them, but it might not be something that's of interest to you. You may want to tour and focus on the food and wine of Italy. And we can do that. We do that one all the time. The art history was a little more outside the box for what most of our clients, but whatever your unique interests and what you like to do, research those activities and select those that are going to be of interest to you. I mean, if you're a hiking enthusiast, you want outdoor adventure, we can do that. But that would maybe be for me, the adventure travel. That day's past for me. I was never much of an adventure traveler anyway, but there is something for everyone. And make sure that your trip is planned to include your specific interests and passions in life. Next tip number 5, book accommodations in advance. Folks, I can't even imagine that anyone is going to plan to go to Europe or Vegas or wherever and not have reservations for their accommodations. I'm going to share that back in the day, long before I was into travel and realized how important this step is, I actually decided, I lived in Duluth, Minnesota, and I decided that I was going to drive up the North Shore just on a whim for a weekend. And I didn't have any reservations for accommodations. Let me tell you, that was not a good plan. You need to have your accommodations planned. You need to make sure that whatever else you consider, folks, make sure your accommodations are centrally located in those areas where you are interested in exploring. In Croatia, for example, you want to be near the Old Towns area for these or the port area. You, that's where all of the activities are centered. Do not try to save money in Rome by staying at an airport hotel. Yes, you will save money, but trust me, you are going to waste so much valuable time during your vacation just coming and going. And you're probably going to spend considerably more money than you would have if you had just planned to stay in a centrally located modest hotel. I can't even tell you, if you stay out somewhere, you're going to spend all kinds of money just and time. That time is even more precious than money on your vacation, folks. So stay centrally located. Make your plans in advance. Make sure to book hotel properties that are in line with your preferences. If you are a 4-star person, book 4-star hotels. Don't try to save money. Save up a little bit more money, but don't try to save and book yourself into a hostel, because you're probably going to be miserable on that trip. Be realistic and what planning what hotels you want to stay at. Make sure, even if you have to put your trip off a year and do some savings to make it happen, do the trip right. Make sure that your accommodations suit you and you aren't trying to save money. Now, some people, accommodations really, they don't care as long as they've got a clean bed somewhere, and they don't care if they've got to share the bathroom down the hall or whatever. But most of our clients are 4-star, and they want 4-star accommodations. So be realistic and just note that you need to make reservations and plan in advance for staying at that hotel centrally located in your destination. Tip number 6, pack wisely. Let me say this again, folks. Pack wisely. Now, who hasn't been guilty? Uh, my husband ascribes to the theory, if you own it, bring it. That does not really work. We inevitably come back because he's uneasy if he doesn't have, for a 7-night cruise, he needs 14 different possibilities for what to wear on that. Be realistic, folks. You aren't going to wear all those clothes. Most people overpack. So when you're done packing, go back and take out at least a third of what you have put in that suitcase, because you're just ain't going to use it. So pack wisely. Remember to uh, pack the essentials. Don't forget the things that you really, you need something to sleep in. You need a swimming suit. You need underwear. Don't forget these are the essentials, because you don't want to spend your precious vacation time trying to pack down, uh, trying to track down some sort of essential item that you have forgotten to pack. Chargers for your electronics, for example. That's one where people frequently screw up and leave behind, and then they are desperate to find a charger for their phone or their laptop or whatever device they have with them. And check the weather. Oh, yes, for sure. You do want to pack according to what what the weather is going to be. So before you take off, check the 10-day forecast for your destination. Make sure that you have suitable clothing of a weight that is going to be necessary for your destination for the time that you are there. If it's forecasting showers, be sure you have an umbrella or a rain poncho. Chances are most places are going to have a shower or two. If you're planning a 7 to 10-day trip, there's probably going to be at least one day with some weather issues. So, and leave room for a few souvenirs. Pack one of those collapsible bags that if you're a lady, that you can put your handbag in, carry it, take a small handbag, and pack a soft side carry-on bag, or just a soft side bag of some kind where you can accommodate a few souvenirs and carry them along with you, because you do want to bring back some of those memories, some gifts for your sister or your cousin, or whoever you left back home. So there you have packing essentials. Now, tip number 7, plan transportation. Now, this is a very important component that people don't think about, but it can cause a great deal of stress if you are arriving in Croatia or Spain or Madagascar, wherever you're going, you are going to need to get from the airport to your hotel, from your hotel to the train station, all of those essentials. Now, if you're working with a travel advisor, we know to plan your transfers because we want a nice, seamless, stress-free experience. And if you are getting picked up at the hotel to take you to, or getting picked up at the airport to be checking in on your hotel, you do not want to be all of a sudden planning on the fly. Just plan your transfers in advance. Spend a little bit of extra money to get those transfers in place and take care of them. Plan ahead and streamline your travel experience and avoid the stress of trying to do that on the fly when you land. Now, if you're in an English-speaking country or you're planning domestic travel, this isn't as important. Taxis are relatively common and easy to book, so don't worry about it so much on a domestic trip, or even in Ireland, for say, or England, where English is widely spoken, where it won't be causing such a stressful experience for you trying to get where you're going. Now, tip number 8, consider travel insurance. In fact, I am not going to say consider, I'm going to say buy travel insurance. Folks, you need to insure your trip. It is just the prudent thing to do this day and age. Flight schedules, the airlines are notoriously unpredictable. I just had this happen to me on a recent trip to the Netherlands. I had a great one-stop itinerary planned. I was flying out of Miami, and I was just going to have a quick stop in Atlanta and be on my way on nonstop. Well, I was sitting at the gate waiting for my flight when all of a sudden I have a text that my flight is going to be arriving late. And later, in fact, my departure flight was going to leave from Atlanta. So they had rebooked me on another flight. I had to quickly change gates. It worked out fine. They lost my luggage. It was a lot of stuff. But folks, you just need insurance. If your bags don't show up, you need to be able to file a claim. Unexpected emergencies, grandma dies back home, you've got to get back, interrupt your trip, all of those things, folks. Just purchase a travel insurance. And in the event that something happens before you depart, that you have to cancel your trip, some kind of illness develops, or whatever reason, just be smart, folks. Book that travel insurance. When the time comes that you have to file a claim, you will be glad that you did. Now, tip number 9, stay flexible. And folks, I'm just telling you, if you don't have an ounce of flexibility in your soul, if you are a very rigid type personality, and if you are, you know who I'm talking to, you know that is you. Maybe I'm just going to be frank. If you cannot adapt fairly reasonably to new and changing circumstances that might come up, you maybe need to stay closer to home than not, because things happen when you travel. It's just inherent. Flights get canceled. Show up at your hotel and they can't find your reservation. Things just happen. It's very important to have your plan, to work your plan, but do be ready and willing to just adjust depending on changing circumstances. The unexpected is likely to travel, and sometimes it turns out to be a great thing. Your hotel lost your reservation, but they made you a substitute reservation on the fly at a nearby hotel property, a sister property for them. That you had a 3.5 star hotel, but they picked up that reservation, apologized, and booked you into a 5 star luxury hotel at no additional cost. Sometimes these unexpected things turn out to be a blessing. Frequently has happened to me. But embrace spontaneity and appreciate new experiences and the unexpected if those should happen during your vacation. Go with the flow a bit, folks. Don't just be throwing up your hands and don't be that negative Nelly. Try to go with the flow if and when the unexpected happens during your trip. My last and final tip to you for the 10 tips to a perfect vacation is relax and enjoy. Now, this is kind of related to the stay flexible that I planned, but you've planned all the details, you've got everything in place, you're mentally ready to embrace uh, anything unexpected that comes in, but just relax and enjoy. Do not be all stressed out. Have a sense of humor. Stop and smell the roses. Leave, oh, for goodness sakes, this is one that I have to rein clients in all the time is overscheduling. Uh, and I'll just fit that in here because people have a tendency to want to schedule every moment of every day. And folks, you need to relax and enjoy. This is a vacation, not an endurance run. So you want to get out there and enjoy the experience. Leave time to have coffee at an outdoor cafe. Perhaps chat with some of the locals and learn more about your destination. And you want to come home with lasting memories. This is the point of travel. You want to come home with those memories. That's what travel's all about. I mean, I look back on some of the trips that we've taken, the Amazon River, Alaska a couple of times, Croatia. Oh my goodness. I have memories of those places that will never leave me. And I look back on them sometimes and I think, oh, I was really there. I did that. So just embrace your schedule and don't overschedule. Heaven, that's about it for us this evening, folks. Our 10 tips to a perfect vacation. And I just want to tell you to call us. We're here to help, folks. By following these tips, and remember, the first tip was to plan the perfect vacation, you should consider using a travel agency. And that would be Dancing Moon Travel. We are here. We have agents strategically located throughout the U.S. to serve your specific vacation needs, help you choreograph your perfect dream vacation. And you can visit dancingmoontravel.com. Our About page has all the information about our various agents, or call our 800 number and just dial whatever extension. And we are happy to help you make that dream trip a reality. Folks, I am just trying to tell you, you reach a stage in life where you need to convert those travel dreams into plans. Let us help. We're here just for that purpose. We are here for you at Dancing Moon Travel. Now, as always, folks, I have a giveaway for you tonight. We always give away something for our live listeners only, just for those of you who have taken the time to tune in live with us this evening. And I'm trying to give away here, um, a travel wallet. This has been one of my very favorite accessories, folks. I have been using this now for several trips. It is a great accessory. It has space for credit cards, for cash, for documents, virtually everything that you need to travel carefully, and it's small and compact, and you don't have to lug around any big accessory. This has come to be, even more than my travel handbag these days. I have come to really appreciate this passport travel wallet. It is a great little travel accessory, and I want you, if you're listening live, only live listeners, only this evening, I want you to uh, just enter in the comments section, plan travel. Plan travel. Just if you're watching live in the comments section there, just enter those and I will get you entered in our drawing this evening to receive this handy passport wallet, travel wallet accessory. You will be delighted that you have it once you try it out. There you have it, folks. That's everything we have this evening for planning the perfect vacation with Dancing Moon Travel. This is Pat saying thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week. Bye now.